Hello, my friends. Welcome to our last broadcast for today. And I have to say that last night in our first session of boot camp kind of shook things up a little bit. In fact, my mailbox has been jammed with messages from people that wanted me to explain a little bit more about what we were talking about, which is Chat GPT. Now, to be honest, I was planning on producing a whole series of trainings and introducing it in January. Because Chat GPT is an artificial intelligence. You're hearing a lot about AI these days. It's an artificial intelligence chatbot that uses natural language processing to create human-like conversational dialogue. And when used with my proven scripts, they modify them to produce written messages that match your prospect with your personality. All right. And I got to tell you, my staff is a little annoyed with me because I'm talking about it now. And so we've just started our November boot camp. And last night was our first boot camp session, which was all about creating your profile, creating your page. So I gave a small example of how it works and let everybody know that in our next 3 sessions, connecting with perfect prospects, communicating with them, and closing, this is where you're really going to get incredible usage out of this. Let me give you an example. The results people are having using Chat GPT has been monumental. I've let 3 of my coaching students use it. They're blown away. They're absolutely blown away. This is how it works. Our private message scripts, when used with the right prospects and filtering it through ChatGPT, modifies the script, again, to match the person that you're talking to. And it's so creative and it's so much fun. It's intoxicating. Okay, it's intoxicating. So I'm going to give you a quick example. You got our script. LinkedIn has suggested several times that because of what you do, that we should be connected. And if they look at your profile, I'd have to agree with them. So as I expand my network on LinkedIn, I look forward to making the connection. You run it through ChatGPT. Hey there, LinkedIn's been nudging me like a mother at a wedding, saying, you know who you should meet? And I checked you out, not in a weird way, your profile, I mean. And you know what? I think LinkedIn's onto something. It's like finding a spare button that exactly matches the one you lost. So as I zip through the digital Rolodex, I'm thinking, let's do this. Let's be LinkedIn pals. Now you have to modify this a little bit. Here's another one. It seems LinkedIn has turned into quite the matchmaker lately, nudging me about you more than a few times. It insists that what you're into professionally is right up my alley, and I've got to hand it to them. After perusing your profile, I'm nodding along. They got a point. As I'm out here stretching my digital network like a fresh piece of bubblegum, I'm generally looking forward to adding you to the mix. So let's connect, shall we? You are going to love this. So if you haven't registered for boot camp yet, there's still time. We've added it to the curriculum. Last night we did create, connect, communicate, and close is all going to include ChatGPT. Using ChatGPT produces faster, fantastic results. So we've been talking about this major economic change that's forcing all kinds of professionals into your business. So let me do this. Let me pop over here. And I'm going to jump into Debbie's account.
Hey, Max.
Hi, Debbie. So so it's canceled,
Hello.
Sales Navigator?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Well, I canceled Sales Navigator, but it goes to November 11th.
Right.
And they said I had to do that first, and then I could get Recruiter Lite.
Exactly.
But they've sent me a link, and every time I go there, the only place it takes me to Sales Navigator.
Okay. So what you have to do.
So I'm wondering if I have to wait till November 11th
Yes.
or.
Yes. You have to wait.
Okay.
Okay. And then what it's going to do,
Oh, okay.
you got to wait. Then what it's going to do, it's going to send you a questionnaire. You know, like the little windows come up. What do you want to use it for? And there's four.
Right.
There's
Okay.
four of them that you're going to go through. And so when you get closer to the date, let me see, is there somebody here that doesn't have, let me see. Is there somebody here that doesn't have Sales Navigator and frankly doesn't have Sales Navigator, doesn't have Recruiter Lite? Okay. All right. So let me log out of your account. Okay, now Ryan, I just logged into your account earlier. So
You did indeed.
Didn't I?
You did.
Okay, so what's your email address?
Affiliate link groups at gmail.com. Know the cats?
Affiliate links?
Yes, let me message it to you quickly.
Okay, yeah, because I normally when I do that, I save it.
Just hold for 1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Why don't you take that?
All right, let me do this. Fred, I did Fred too. So let me.
Yep.
Fred, what was your email address?
affiliate link groups at gmail.com.
What is it?
Fredchats@gmail.com.
Okay, so let me,
Affiliate link groups at gmail.com.
affiliate link
Links with it at
S.
gmail.com.
Well, it's not popping up, so I didn't save it. Okay, so Fred, what was yours?
Fredchats@gmail.com.
Okay, so here it is. All right, so now what you're gonna do is you go over here, premium features. Okay,
Max, for whatever reason, when we did that, and I did that this morning, that doesn't work. But if we go to settings and go down to subscriptions and payments, it
All right.
then gives me an option to restart the premium for free.
okay, so we can do that.
I don't know why the other doesn't work. It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, you can't, you never know. So let's go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, so if we scroll down, so go to settings,
Mhm.
scroll down to where it says subscriptions and payments. And there it says retry premium for free.
Okay. All right, good. Now, when you try to upgrade from Sales Navigator, they've got a crazy format for being able to see what the options are. And especially if you have Sales Navigator. So what you're going to do is I use premium for my personal goals. If you click this and you click other,
Okay.
click them both, then go to
Oh,
next.
I hadn't done that. Huh. Okay.
All right. Oh, no, listen, it's amazing how they don't make it easy. All right. So now, how would you like to
Right.
use premium? To develop my professional skills, but the most important one is to grow my network, to find leads more effectively. Just, we're not going to use job search to find, and we're going to click other. So we got these three plus other. Again, what skills you want to develop? Access. Other. Okay. Contact people outside now this is the important one. Contact people outside your network. Search for and find the right people. This is going to get you to Recruiter Lite. She was interested in my professional experience. Develop my skills. Now we're going to drop the other ones. Other. Ta-da! And you got to do that. Okay. Otherwise, if you use Sales Navigator before, it's going to keep bringing you back to Sales Navigator. It's a flaw in their programming. I've already talked to the person at LinkedIn that's responsible for this. They're working on it. But if you go in and you check off those appropriately.
I also submitted a report or whatever feedback and told them the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And, we'll be celebrating a birthday before you hear from them. They are so overwhelmed. And that's basically what you have to do, but you have to wait until you've canceled it.
Okay.
And even when you cancel it, they're going to bill you to the last day that they can. You're not going to get a refund. So you just have to,
Right.
that's why I say cancel it maybe 2 days before. Give it a
Oh.
chance to work through the system. And then after 2 days, you can go back in. And when you look to get it again, see, otherwise you got to give it a couple of days for it to cycle out. Otherwise, you don't want to keep, it's going to keep bringing you back to resubscribe to Sales Navigator. So you have to wait until you flush that out. And it's on their end. There's nothing that you can do about it. And then it's going to bring up a different set of questions, which is what you saw here. Otherwise, you get a basic 3-option thing, and it never gives you the options that you're looking for. So you have, again, wait it out, wait 2 days, and then go back in and try it, and then check off those specific questions so that you'll get, basically what you're looking for. All right. And when you get in here, you're going to love it.
Thank you.
You're absolutely going to love it.
I
And
can't wait.
For those of you that are in boot camp, you want to sign up for this. Now, these are the elements that you want. You're not going to post, you're not posting jobs. You want the recruiter-like platform. You're not going to use the 30 InMails. So they allow you to access your second and third degree networks. Well, you can do that anyway. Advanced search, you got 20 advanced search filters, which you're going to use. You're not looking for people to hire. So it's going to give you candidate recommendations, search with smart suggestions. You'll use this. And you're not posting a job. But when you do this,
Now this says 139. Before it was like 169 or more.
well, let's come back and see why. What they're doing is they're giving you what you'll pay.
Well, now it says 169 there.
Right. Because what happened here, let's go back a bit.
Oh, for a year.
Right. The difference is,
Okay.
this is it's 139 if you pay for it all at once, but you never want to do that. So you come over here, you pay for it monthly. So it's basically $170 a month. You always want to make sure that you check off this box. Otherwise, you're going to get billed for the yearly amount. Now you're going to use this for 30 days for free. And during these 30 days, in boot camp, we're going to show you how to beat it up. And you're going to work around that restriction that a lot of people have. In other words, it's only letting people do 10 search requests, connection requests a month. And frankly, there is a workaround to that. But you're not going to mind paying for it if you're signing up 1 or 2 people a week. Let me come back down here. Okay, so Donovan. You don't come up. Let's see how many Donovan McFarlands are on. Whoops. So Donovan, whatever you're doing on LinkedIn, if people can't see you, you can't possibly be having the kind of results that other people are having. I see you've actually been here a couple of times. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the chat the link to my LinkedIn profile. Make it easy for all of you to reach out, make a connection. So if the next time I see you on here and we're not connected, well, I'm not going to pay any attention to you. Okay. So let's go look at some of the other folks that are here. Let me unmute Bobby for just a second.
Hey, Max, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, Bobby, I can hear you fine. So what is your status with Sales Navigator? Are you done with it?
Hey, right now, I think I've got it set to end here I think on the 5th will be
Okay,
the last day.
good. Bobby, you are going to love this. Okay, because the thing is, and I talked about it. I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks ago. This Chat GPT, and
Yes.
I've been playing around with it with 4 of my coaching students, and there's a slight adjustment that you have to make when you use it, but it is unbelievable.
If
And
it's just a slight adjustment, it sounds like a walk in the park.
oh no, it is, because some of the changes that they're going to make to the scripts, especially if you're just sending someone a message for the first time, are going to be too long. You're limited to 300 characters. So you have to go in and you have to modify it a little bit to make it fit. Although I've tried, when you use it, if you tell them limit it to 300 characters, they'll do that. So it just makes the whole process easier. But what they come up with is nothing short of hysterical. I mean, I've tried it and, modify my script as if I was Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. And it uses language that he would use. The ones we showed in boot camp the other night was Jerry Seinfeld. You could, you could, go in there and if you like comedians, as if Buddy Hackett was saying it, although I don't suggest you to use that one because, you know, Buddy Hackett was, and most of you, the people that are probably under 50, don't remember who Buddy Hackett was, but he was incredibly funny, but he had a dirty mouth. So, you gotta pay attention to what you get, but you all will develop some things that will make the whole process easier for all of you. I'm just blown away. So I've got some things up my sleeve. We're going to be Saturday. We're going to be demonstrating it in our mastermind session to give my coaching sessions a chance to go through this. First, we will be introducing it throughout the November and December boot camps. And what we're doing is we're just building up a series of colorful examples, and we'll get some testimonials. But I expect you all to double your sales results. It's that, and when I said it's intoxicating, I mean it's intoxicating because this bot is coming up with stuff you never would have thought of, but it's so appropriate. It's appropriate. And that's the most important thing. When you're communicating with people, you need to be talking to people at their level. I'm going to pop out of my account and going to jump into Caroline's account.
Hello,
Yeah, hi, Caroline. So who are we looking at?
Amanda Garris.
Okay. So she is so you reached out to her. Now, okay, so this is a continuation of a conversation that you've had. This goes how far back? September. Okay. Stay at home mom. And you communicate. Okay, so the bottom line is ultimately you've established a relationships. And I think the message was meant for somebody else. So great job there. And then she wants to know about network marketing.
Right, she's writing homeschool curriculums. She's kind of run out of people to do that for her in her community. She's looking
Okay.
remote, part-time, babysitting, something. I don't know. She needs, something like network marketing, I think.
Okay. So what you have to do is Now, that's not what I'm looking for. I have here. This is when we talk about the company. I thought I had it saved here. Let me see. We're gonna have to wait until Saturday. I mean, I've got it, but I just don't know where it is. What you're going to do, you're going to, actually, if I come back over here, you're gonna do it in stages. Okay? So the first stage, I think we've already done that. Okay, so I sent you the case studies. Now
Yes.
it's in the case study. So let me,
Awesome.
and what it is it's in 3 steps. First, what you're going to do is let me explain how network marketing works. Okay? There's an explanation about that gives it the legitimacy. And it ends with, in order to be successful in network marketing, you need 3 things. And it lists the 3 things. Let me come over here and bring it up. So you stop there. Would you like to know more about it? And they're going to come back and they're going to say, yeah, I would. So then okay, so I think this one will work. So for those of you that haven't been in this boot camp, this is what we're going to be introducing. Let me just make sure this is. No. All right, I can't. We'll go over it on Saturday, but basically,
Cool.
let me. Come back over here and look in the chat window. So is this part of the November boot camp? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Can you do this for businesses like B2B or affiliate marketing? Let me get out of your account. Now, when I tell you it'll work for anything, I'm not kidding. Okay? All right? No. Ryan, send it to support@maxsteingart.com. Anything that you need to send to support@maxsteingart.com. Now, like I said, you can use it to sell anything. I want to bring up first Dan. Now, Dan was someone that I worked with last year. And Dan started out building a Melaleuca business, and he was serious about it. He had been enrolled by one of the top leaders in the country, in the company, who was a great guy. But he wanted to go faster. So we jumped into my coaching program. We had, I think, 3 sessions. He really got it. Now, he had paid $150,000 for this franchise that used drones to clean. Originally, he was cleaning houses. So what happened was his upline died. He died. So that basically left him as an orphan. Didn't have anybody to work with. So he came to me and said, listen, can we shift and use your scripts and your process for my cleaning business? So we did. And he called in twice. Let me see. I think this was the first time. And I have to tell you, I love when former students come back. So we're broadcasting it right here. So I want to open this up, and I'm going to bring up Dan. And everybody's got a story. Dan has an amazing one. I just want to.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Dan, it's nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing is the question.
Living the dream life. That's all I can say. It's amazing. It's amazing. Beyond amazing. My business has exploded, and we're just growing in leaps and bounds. We've got our biggest problem is getting enough people and equipment. And as you know, I use your principles outside of marketing, but they're awesome in any walk of life.
I remember last year you made the comment that you were struggling financially to where you couldn't even put tires on your car.
That's true. That's true. And now we have 5 work vehicles, 5 drones. We in the process of buying another one, and we buy everything with cash.
What advice would you give anybody that was listening to you? And
I would say, it's all a numbers game, but at the same time, the numbers can be slanted in your favor. And that's what I think your process did for me, was slanted the numbers in my favor. I learned who to contact and how to contact the right people. And I was building a network marketing company, and I stopped just because I got kind of sideswiped when my sponsor died. And Jason was, just a great guy, and he just kind of really set me back. But I was also using these in my personal business, and it just started taking off because of the contacts I was making. I was making local contacts, and just started, it's taken off. We just signed on to clean over 1,000 Pizza Huts. We are cleaning water towers and just things that I never would have imagined. And just the way it's all happened, was really just because of making contacts, just expanding my network, contacting people in my area and contacting people outside of my area with the companies and the people I wanted to work with and learning who those people were and how to message them. That was the thing that, knowing who to talk to is 1/4 of the bat. I mean, I think it's about 1/4 of it. It's knowing how to talk to people. That's the hardest part. Knowing what to say and knowing how to get that conversation going and keeping it going, and to the point where to be able to say, okay, not right now for this person. They're focused on other things, but just knowing, I've had people that I talked to and I realized that, the conversation wasn't going where I wanted it to, and it was a not right now. But you know what? We've come back and talked to those people again, and just in keeping up with little messages like how's happy birthday, and I've had people just say, oh hey, yeah, thank you, and you know what? I want to talk to you. By keeping up. And those little things matter, and building that relationship. Relationships have meant everything.
Yeah, it's all about relationship. Let me ask you, what was the biggest thing that you got from me when we were working in my coaching program?
How to talk to people. It's what I talk to. Being able to and responding in a timely manner, but not being like a vulture and not being on top of people. I still get messages every day from vultures, people that make me feel like they're vultures. And I know they're just trying to build their business, but they shoot me messages, blind messages about telling me all about their business and how great it is and how much I could earn and all that stuff. And they don't even, and that's the very first message they send me. And you know what? I usually block them because, to me, they're just, they're not out there talking to people to work with people. For them, it's just, they just want the money. And I've learned, help enough other people get what they want, and you get everything you could ever want.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so true. It is the most truest thing I've ever heard. And I didn't know it at the time because it was all about me. Because I need was my issue. I need. I was in a need and not in a helping other people. It was all about me and what I need.
Well, that's understandable when you need tires on your car and you can't afford it. But again, just making that little shift in your mindset, knowing that you're going to feel the need. It's coming.
Exactly.
It's coming.
I was just going to say that last time I talked to you, I figured we'd do $250,000. We're going to surpass $2 million this year. That's a humongous jump. And we can't keep up.
Well, I'm glad I played this. Now, let me just say this, that not only is his business taking off. Now, how did he get to 1,000 Pizza Huts? He connected with 2 people that own Pizza Hut's franchises. Each one of them had 500 Pizza Huts. Does service for one. He has exploded his business to the point where the people that he bought the franchise from offered him a piece of the company. So now he's an owner in the franchise. So whether you're selling a cleaning service, let me do another one. It doesn't matter what you're selling. When I was working with Joanne, initially, she was an orphan in her Melaleuca business. She'd been with the company for 8 years using the products, but she was never able to build the business. She went through boot camp, decided, hey, I want to give this a shot. So she worked with me one-on-one on my coaching program. And initially, she used it for her Melaleuca business. And she was having really great success. The first month, she doubled her business. The second month, it tripled. And then she realized, oh my God, I sell insurance. I could be doing this for the insurance company I work with. And so she started to do that. And the number of policies that she sold impressed the people that she was working for. They ended up paying her $5,000 to teach the other agents how to use LinkedIn. And, you know, every 6 months she calls in to bring me up to date. This is the last time she called in.
I mean, Max, what you've taught me, obviously I've applied to my network marketing business and it absolutely works. We know that. It's a fact. You've done it with me, you've done it with so many others. But, you know, one of the things I always say was what you teach us, we can apply to any job. And it's the same technique, it's the same dance. And I've used it in the insurance world where I was recruiting for multiple agencies and using your technique. I remember 1 month I recruited 40 insurance agents in 1 month. You know, that's huge. And I know that you've worked with others that have built huge insurance agencies as well. Currently, I'm doing outside sales. I'm working for Republic Services, as you can see in my banner there. I have been with the company 2.5 months. I started in the beginning of May. And I told my manager when I was in the interview process how I thought that, you know, I can apply LinkedIn and explode, you know, this type of position. And it didn't register with him. And I waited and I said the first couple of weeks I got to learn what I'm doing. I got that down. And then I said, I'm posting my first customer. So if you look back about a month, you'll see, you know, Go Auto was my first post, nothing fancy. And then about a week ago, I think I did 5 posts in a row. And one of my posts for Red Arrow Diner has gotten over 6,000 views between two, you know, it said, oh, do you want to post in the, you know, restaurant group or whatever? So this one here is a nonprofit, the one that you have right there. So they do mental health. And, you know, I've got 23 likes on that and a good number of views. This one was a little restaurant in Nashua, and I think it was over 1,100 views when I saw it last. So what I'm doing is I've got a little twist, a little auto dealership. I think that one had about 1,200 views when I first looked at it last. And I'm not even really, the diner one's my favorite, the next one right there. So this diner, Red Arrow Diner, been around for 100 years. And I just posted me with some of the guys outside and one of the owners, 67 people liked it. So using your technique, I do a little post, and the only thing I'm saying about Republic Services is welcome to the Republic Services family. So just doing that, you know, is getting more engagement, more people within the company. But just in the last week or so, I've been asked, I trained my group of, you know, my office, and now I've got my division manager sending out messages talking about how because of these couple of posts that I've done, I had someone on LinkedIn that I connected with on the 25th of June with my message one that you taught, copy paste, and I got a sale from that. And he's got 10 gas stations. So I'm getting the first one in August. And, you know, as long as we deliver, which we will, I'll end up getting 10 locations from him seeing my posts that you taught us how to do. You know what I mean? So I have a little bit of a twist, but my manager sent out a message talking about how he sees the value of what I'm doing, talking about me being 310% of budget. Then it's gone out to the region. And now one of the division managers are reaching out. They're shocked at what I'm doing. They're talking about me training their leaders and their sales force. They have 40,000 people that work for Republic Services. And this is like, you know, breaking news using LinkedIn to do what we're doing here. I just think super cool. You know, it's like throwing that pebble in the water. And I just want to let you know, it's still having the ripple effect from what you and I have done.
So I have, I think 3 people on here that are, everybody that's on here, I think is a student. But I have 3 people here that are contemplating one-on-one coaching.
Why are they doing that, Matt? There's no question. The one-on-one coaching is where this all clicks for me. You know what I mean? And you know, after like my second session with you, we fixed the profile. You showed me the basics. I started running with it. I couldn't sleep at night. You know, once we started having our one-on-one sessions, I was getting up at 3, 4 in the morning, and I would start doing my connections, you know, doing what you taught me. And as you know, if you go back through our, trail there, I enrolled 3 people in one day when I was doing the network marketing. I got paid $5,000 to do 3 LinkedIn trainings for one of the insurance groups. Your training, your one-on-one coaching has opened up so many doors for me. So as time goes by, I always like to give you an update to let you know how I'm doing, but it all stems back to that one-on-one training that we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, were you surprised at how fast everything started to happen?
Initially, yeah. I mean, like, Max, I knew about you. I've heard about you from years before you and I had gotten together. I've watched some of the webinars that you had, but I mean, like, immediately when we first started working together, it just was like a snowball effect. But when I take that into other areas and see how it explodes, like, I can't tell you how excited I am about what I'm doing now. Seeing it with my upper management, how they're all like super excited. Many of those people that like this post are at Republic Services, the 67, and many of them I weren't connected to. So it was a layup in growing my connection. So every time you look at my connections, it grows. It doesn't take a ton of time. You put in 20, 30 minutes a day, but it's really hard to not want to keep going because it's so much fun.
Well, think about the ripple effect. Coming to this company, you're introducing them to something new. How big is the company?
We service about 14 million customers across the country, but there are about 40,000 people that work at Republic Services. And I'm just one of them. And literally, I'm getting attention from across the country with what I'm doing. I'm even getting competitors sending me messages that are like, I wish I did that when I was with the company, or you know what I mean? Like, people are like, how brilliant. And it's such a simple concept. It's like giving a thank you to the customers, but it's promoting me, it's promoting the business, it's promoting, the company I work for. And it's just so simple. It's a post. You know what I mean? It takes 10 minutes to put it together.
And that's, my friends, one of the things that I emphasize in our current boot camp, because it's not just about the conversation you have. It's about your activity. It's about putting things out there that people can see, that people can react to, that people can respond to, that the ripple effect of that is indescribable. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised in 6 months if you got, I don't know if you're looking for it, a major promotion, maybe VP of training.
Yeah, I can totally see something like that, coming down the pike if that's the path that I choose. But right now, I think that I'm just having so much fun doing this. You know what I mean? Like when you get so excited to do a job that, is fun and you enjoy it, I can see that happening down the road or them coming up with some sort of initiative. But for now, I just want to focus on this because this is just, it's totally fun. Just like when building network marketing business this way, it's far more fun than asking friends to come over and, would you please come over and do it, it's way more fun.
Well, Joanne, it was wonderful to hear from you. Again, congratulations are once again in order. For me, it's going to be enjoyable to watch your career blossom, as a result of, what I taught you. But, you've added your own little spin to it. I mean, I love that line. Let's talk trash.
Thank you.
It's terrific. Thanks again for sharing
Thank you.
your story and congratulations.
Thank you. And anyone, on the fence, don't hesitate. Max's time is limited. And, if you get the opportunity to work with him, he is truly a guest. So thank you again, Max.
Thank you.
Okay, let me take a look. Thomas, you're here. Let me unmute you. So it doesn't matter what you're selling. In the end, as long as you can pinpoint the professionals that you want to talk to, you're there. Okay, so Thomas, first things, let's look at your picture here. Now, your picture is worth 1,000 words. So one thing I would do, I mean, clearly. You need a new picture. So. Worst case scenario. I mean. And probably what I would do. I'd take it down a little bit more. Nobody doesn't need to see this. The other thing you can do is when you take the picture, have the camera higher up so people don't have to look at the underside of your neck. But that's the first thing that you can do. I'm trying to. Thomas, can you hear me? Got you unmuted. Might not be able to talk. But we'll be back Saturday at 11 o'clock. Because there are definitely some things that you need to do here. And we should have a prospect. Prospect that wants to make a difference in people's lives. Well, okay, so if he wants to make a difference in people's lives, why? How does he propose to go about let me see. I'm not sure I understand what that is, so let me. Chelsea, I'll answer your question. What's the question?
How long does it take? Because I signed up for the twofer boot camp
Okay.
for November and December.
Mhm.
So I was just wondering how long it takes for the boot camp to show up in my.
Well, okay. Well, the November boot camp, we just had our first session. If you go over to, okay, so this is a November boot camp. Now, we just had our first session last night.
Mhm.
So you have access to all the tools.
So
Okay.
I don't Because I took September boot camp.
Okay.
And it's just showing the September, and I
Okay,
signed-
then what you need to do is you need to write to support at
Okay.
maxsteingart.com,
Okay.
and they'll make sure, so you have access to the November boot camp, but because you participated in the November boot camp, you also have access to the recordings of the October boot camp.
Gotcha.
So you just need to write to support and let them know, and they'll get you hooked up.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
All righty. All right, folks, I will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And Thomas, you need to you need to get your picture changed. All right, so we will be back tomorrow. Until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.